So in this video, we're going to learn how to draw a scatter plot using data that you never had by a function called draw data. It's normally a function that is not common, but again, very useful when you don't have data source. Sometimes, I mean, your tutor tells you to draw a scatter plot, and of course, they don't give you the exact place to get your data. So I'll show you today. So go with me. So this is whatever I'm using is Jupyter Notebook. It's from Anaconda. So you install Anaconda, and then from Anaconda now you launch a Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook opens such a window. It's normally online and it's local host. It's hosted from the computer. That's my understanding of it. So yeah, let's go straight into it. So we can open a new notebook, and this time round you just tell it what. So this is the new notebook. Just select that way. So this is when you open a new notebook, this is how it looks like. So now we want to do the drawing. We want to do the plotting of a scatter plot. So now let's start off by saying we need a library to manipulate data, and that is called pandas. So you say import pandas as PD. The good thing with Python, you can talk to it. You talk to it. Then you also need a library to draw your scatter plot, and normally the library is called a matplotlib. So you import matplotlib, that is Python plot as plt. So this is what you'll be using, and then from draw data. From draw data, please import draw scatter. Yeah, so then there we are. So if you run this, if you run the 3, you've already, so you can see here, normally when it's busy, when it's idle, it's blank. When it's busy, that is running in the background, it tells you. It's normally, I mean, it's in solid. So now that you've told it what to do, now next you click draw scatter. Then you tell it, please, let's do the drawing. So by you commanding Python this way, it provides a platform, an interactive session to draw now your scatter plots. So this is what happens. So you run this, then it gives you a platform to do the drawing now. So I'll explain here. This is just a platform for you to draw the scatter, how you'd want the scatters, I mean the plots to be. Of course, it will give you different colors. So A is for variable 1, this B, this C, and this D. So let's start off by drawing the first variable. So let's just do random drawing. There we have our A. Then let's go to B. So B will give us a different color. We draw that, you know, I'm assuming there's a positive relationship here. Then let's go to C. So this is C, same area. Then we go to D. Yeah, so we've drawn all the 4 areas. So now we want to get this data. How do you do that? You download a CSV or any format, depending on. So on my end, I'll do a CSV. CSV is the most readable format, I think, so far, with Excel following. So you download this as CSV. So here it is. So let's go and save it as so it's data for CSV. It's in my downloads because I've just downloaded it. So if I open that file, this is the file. You see it. So we have our X, we have our Y. Then Z are for the variables. Variable A. There is also B. You see, there's B. There's also C, and then there's what? Then there's D. You can actually save this as Python downloaded data from Python. Yeah, that's it. So we save that in downloads. So now that I know where I did put my data, I go back online, then now come here. I want now to draw my scatter plot. So I go say, first of all, I need to define what will be my X, what will be my Y in the downloaded data. So say in my, so let's do a comment first. So let's let's define define the x and y variables by telling Python, please, our x and y in this case is what is labeled in the data as x, yeah, and our y is what is labeled in the data as what? As y. So through this we've defined, you've told Python that please, whenever you see x in my data, that's my x variable. And whenever you see a y in my data, that's my y variable. So proceed and say, now we have we've defined it. Now let's do the plotting. So plot the scatter plot by saying what? First of all, it's plt dot, what are we picking? It's scatter. What are we drawing against? It is x against y, yeah. Then proceed and say that we are drawing this scatter, but from where? Okay, so what's the title of our graph? So plt again, title is what? I mean, let's just choose any random name. So I think scatter plot for x and y. I mean, it's just random. You can choose any name you want. Then again, we need to do what? We need to label our graph. That you say, by the way, you say so x label, you label our x and y variables, axis, I mean, is it axis or axis? I mean axis. So label our x axis as the same way I said, x axis, please, and then also on the y variable, y label, please plot, I mean call it y axis, yeah. Then after that, after you've done all that, please you show us what you've drawn. Yes, so there, once you run this after define, because what Python understands is I have been defined what to pick as x and what to pick as y. So then after that I'll have to draw, so it does the drawing. So we run this, then we have our chart. Oh, so data is not defined. Oh, we didn't load the data, we didn't tell what to pick in the data. So first of all, let's tell it what, please, sorry for that, you know, kind of an apology, you know, sorry. So our data in this case, so let's tell Python what our data is. So, and by that, what do? You say, please, our data link, our data, our file, let's just call it file path. In this case will be, now we go to the file that we had put. We said data downloaded from Python, yeah. Let's copy the path. Then we go to Python and then paste until it plays. This is where you get your data. It's in my users, you know, in local disk C, users admin, blah blah blah, you know, but specifically it's called the data form from Python. And I told you in my former video that once you copy a path, it's normally in the slashes are normally backslashes, so you need to make them forward slashes. Then thereafter, after you've told where to pick, now define data. Data in this case, please, you do what? PD, that's for manipulating. Read, you're telling the library to read CSV, because you see the file extension is CSV, but where is that file again? From my file path. Yes, so that you've defined. So if we run this now, this time round, it has to work. Then there we have our plot. So we have our title, scatter plot for x and y, and we have x-axis, y-axis. If you want to add more and more, of course, I'll be doing another video to show you how to add more and more features in this. But in this case, this is what I wanted to show you. Let's see it in my next video for more content. Thank you so much.